See, it can be.
No matter what I do, you love me unconditionally. You show up for me every day, no matter when I show you.
A mother's love is unconditional. Nothing serves this love better than a bowl of Indomie. So, show some love with Indomie.
Show me love. You show me love.
Plenty discount on Jumia Black Friday, no go jack bar because of Sakpa.
Beat Sakpa with Jumia Black Friday. From November 4th till the 30th, you can get access to all those products you've had your eyes on all year at prices that will leave some change in your pocket. You also don't have to pay for delivery fees on thousands of products when you order above 1,999 naira. T's and C's apply.
Sakpa one day was swallow, but I get it Jumia. Good quality, they for Jumia.
Jumia, your everyday delivered.
Dabbo na the first and ogbonge herbal toothpaste. E get ingredients like lemon, mint, ginger, and basil where they make our teeth kakaraka.
Madam Rose, now true you talk Dabbo na the cocoa herbal punch. We get plenty natural herbs. Dabbo, the cocoa choice for my family.
To FM 94.9. Beautiful Monday morning, 21st day in the month of November. I'm OLUTAYO, OGUNADE.
I am DELE ADEYANJU.
We have Austin Udumo in the studio. Good morning, Austin.
Good morning, Tayo. And DELE, good morning.
Good morning, Austin.
Thank you.
Yes, we have lots of stories here. Yes, the first one here from the Daily Post. Lagoon of death fears concerns as many Nigerians take to suicide, and I want to link that to another story that Abiodun of Ogun State just told Nigerians that let's confront Nigeria's challenges together, but can we dismarry or unmarry Nigeria's challenges from the rate of suicide, especially along the Lagos Lagoon?
Of course, you can't separate them because if you look at the crisis in the country, especially economic crisis, it is those who have mind or who believe in God so much that, of course, if you commit suicide, you are not here, you are not also there. Except for that, it is not every individual that can be able to cope with the challenges of economic hardship, especially the one that is currently being experienced in Nigeria. There are so many reasons apart from economic factor. There are other reasons that has to do with mental health, psychological issue, and what have you. Because the recent one that happened in Lagos, a alleged staff of DSS, that could have been as a result of economic hardship. According to the driver of that particular vehicle, she got a call from somebody after a kind of heated argument on the phone. She decided to just call it a quit by totally ending her life. Yes, the governor is right by saying that let's tackle this problem together. But how did we get here in the first instance? It is still the ruling class. It is still the elite. What has he, as the governor of Ogun State, for the period under review, going to 4 years, how has he been able to ameliorate the suffering of the people? It is not just enough to make a declaration or make a call by fear. For you and I, what can we do? The only thing we can do is to come to the studio, provoke the conversation, get the people informed, so that at the end of the day, they will take a far-reaching decision that will affect the country positively.
And so for me, it's just the same song over time.
You understand? So for a sitting governor and executive governor for that matter, he has a whole lot to be done economically, security, social and other areas to improve the life of the people. But we must sound this note to the people too. Ending life is not the antidote for suffering in the country. Of course, people have always suffered. It is all about a time. This time too will pass. It's just a phase that we are passing through in the country, irrespective of the financial pressure, economic pressure, peer pressure, psychological problem, and what have you. I think the solution, it is not to end one's life. Because if you say you're having a dick, for example, and you think the best method is to cut off the head, you lose everything at the end of the day. And we're also appealing to people too. Let's be a brother keeper. Some of these things that eventually end the suicide start with what we call gradual withdrawal. You understand? Gradual withdrawal syndrome. You see people, they are no longer interested in things that incite them even before now. You see that they become moody. They just want to be on their own. By that time, we can poke further. We can ask questions. We can even ask them to confide in us. And maybe if we put all of this together, the rate of suicide will come down. So we are appealing to our government. Let them fix the economy. Let them make life more meaningful for an average Nigerian.
On the part of the Lagos State government, do you think anything can be done along that Third Mainland Bridge, especially the lagoon area, so that people won't be able to jump, into the lagoon easily?
Yes, I think something can be done. One of such is to ensure that there is surveillance in terms of security. There should be a kind of technology being deployed to monitor, because those who have fallen into lagoon so far for now, it is just individual and passerby that will do the recording and post it online. So let government have a means of checkmating some of these things. I spoke with a friend from the UK last week. What it does is security. What it does is just to sit down from morning till his time in office and monitor the CCTV. You understand? So by so doing, you nip some actions in the board. In Nigeria, what we do majorly is reactionary.
We install the CCTV, but we don't monitor.
We don't monitor it. Nobody mans the CCTV, except if something happen. Even in financial institutions, except if something happen, we now go and trace the time and say at what time did this happen. Then you now decide to start playing it. At times it will show the head, it will not show the body. You understand? But we can deploy technology along that axis in Lagos. Let there be full-time monitoring to actually be able to nip all of this in the bud. Then in terms of artificial embankment, I think we also need to have strong embankment too. An embankment that will not just give people easy access to climb and want to fall down. So if we put that in place too, it can also help. Then we have speed boats all around. The last one that happened in the case of a particular middle-aged man, the boat, you can even sight the boat. The boat was there until the man eventually releases himself and fell into the lagoon before the boat ran towards his side. So if we have occasions like that, let there be boats here and there to monitor that particular route, to prevent people and persuade them not to end their life in such a way. So if we put all of this in place, I think the rate of suicide by jumping into the lagoon will reduce drastically.
All right, INEC insists there will be no underage voting in the forthcoming 2023 general elections. That is the promise made by INEC.
Yes, if we are able to do that, that will also add to the credibility and the fidelity of our elections. The 2015 national election was adjudged to be a very fair election, a kind of paradigm shift from what it used to be, to the extent that the incumbent president at that time even had to congratulate the elected president even before the official result. Some of us do not even also know that there were a lot of issues with 2015 election. The only good thing about that election was that Jonathan at that time has the capacity to rock the boat and cause trouble. But as the commander-in-chief of the armed forces, he decided to toe the path of peace. Jonathan himself at that time complained about issue of underage voting in the northern part of the country. The Electoral Act has conferred responsibility on INEC to display preliminary voters card. You understand? Voters register that will be displayed ahead of the due time, like INEC is currently doing. The purpose of that is for us to view the register and spot the issue of discrepancies and underage enrollment.
Mahmoud Yakub can't be everywhere. We've had in the past, just like you mentioned, a particular section of the country, and we're not trying to profile here, but we have more underage voting coming from the northern part of the country. Kano State has been fingered many times, but you've also found situations where INEC officials turn a blind eye to widespread incidences of underage voting.
See
How do they hope to achieve it?
Who registered them in the first instance? Some of them, they are just not just about the issue of underage. Children, infants being registered to vote in an election. So INEC is saying that they won't allow it. Those who are managed to enter into the register, how do you sanitize the voters register? Because the purpose of display of voter register preliminary before election is to ensure that incidences and issues of underage are adequately taken care of. Perhaps by error they enter into the register. How do we sanitize the voters register? That's the major issue. We still have the issue of dead people, those who are no longer alive, those who died in Kano and perhaps in Ibadan, they are on the voters register. I think in 2011 or so, we even have foreigners, prominent foreigners, whose name feature on the voters register. So the best way to guarantee credible election is to have a workable voters register, acceptable voter register that will be a true reflection of the current reality vis-a-vis the population. Then we also update the voter register. Between now and the time of the vote, there are some voters who plus or minus will die, some will relocate. How do we accommodate and how do we deal with this situation? So INEC is doing fantastically well. I believe they can do more with collaboration of all critical stakeholders to further sanitize the voters register. It should be a continuous exercise. When you display now, people will go. They will say, oh, there are issues of underage. INEC has promised. What do we do?
If I go to a polling booth and I find any underage, I will be the one to raise an alarm down here. But I'm saying where you're in the northern part, it is rife. They turn a blind eye. What they use these kids to do is to make up for numbers for those, when we talk about voter apathy, those who don't come out to vote, they use
they use it to make numbers
it up and give an impression that there's a large turnout.
Yes, and at times they record large and impressive turnout as a result of underage voting. Like I said, the INEC should do more by deploying adequate technology to be able to filter them out. There could be a technology that could be deployed, maybe automatically. Once you are 14 years, your fingerprint, of course, could be captured in such a way that once you are 18 years, will be captured in such a way that underage cannot fit into that particular scenario. So it happened in the northern part of the country, and tiredly, this is deliberate. They know what they are doing. That is deliberate. So when Ganduje, for example, promises 6 million or 4 million votes in Kano, he knows what he's saying. That cannot be by adult population alone, because if you look at it, they are even including population census. These have always been the situation. So we must be very careful where things that are supposed not to be counted are counted just to show off figures and create an impression that a certain section of the country is larger by population to the other end of the country. So INEC, apart from this lip service of saying that we will ensure it, I just said earlier, I said, how about those who have managed, who have been enlisted on the register already? Tell us you are going to delist them, not just coming out by fear to say that, oh, we are going to ensure that underage do not vote. How about underage who have their valid PVC, who have duly registered? How do you disenfranchise them if they come out to vote?
All right, moving on to other stories now. The lawmaker representing Osun East Senatorial District, Senator Francis Fadamsi, has urged National Drug Law Enforcement Agency not to take the drug war to the entertainment industry. While lamenting that the youth were not willing to do anything productive, Fadamsi said the government must continue to let them drive the economy through what they are choosing. That it was referring to the Nollywood, those on social media and all that. That at the moment they employ a lot of people, and it's easier for people to thrive with Nollywood and so. But I just think
they shouldn't take it there, or they should take it there.
They shouldn't take it there. They should just allow them. They should just free them. You get
that is not possible. This is a country of law, whether we like it or not. You can't coerce the government either by means of legislation or what have you, let alone ordinary statements, to say that the government should not take drug war into the entertainment industry. The NDLEA is doing fantastically well, at least for now. So wherever, anywhere, there are some people It's just like some of the people that pretend to be insane on our street. You know, they are manned in the afternoon. At night, they provide information for people that will cause mayhem and havoc. One of such people were arrested around these houses sometimes ago with multiple ATM cards and even hard currencies found on him. That is just by the way. The point I want to drive out from there is that there are some people who are in the entertainment industry who peddle drug, whose major sources of income is about drug. Because at times, if you see what they do, you begin to wonder, is it some of the things that they pretend to the public that they do that is giving them huge amount of money? There is money in it, and it is not all of them, but majority of these people are drug barons.
Austin, for me, I feel that if your money is clean, you earn dollars from YouTube and all that, then let anybody come and check you. It's no big deal. If
you have no skeleton in your cupboard, I think there is nothing that should bother you about. They should not take it there. So this particular lawmaker feels that, if the government should take it there, a lot of these guys will have to pay dearly for it. Perhaps that is the reason why he's advocating that the government should not take it there. If there is no, if you are not guilty, of course, let accusation come.
Time
you
ago,
clear yourself.
Okay, Bakassi, who himself is an entertainer, said conservatively about 70% of entertainers in Nigeria are involved in a kind of substance. At least one.
Yes.
Somehow. But when we're talking about ending drug abuse or minimizing drug, substance abuse in Nigeria, we even talk about using entertainers or music to
drugs.
No. To correct it.
Okay.
You get me? When you check your content as an entertainer or entertainers, you find out that it can also reduce the impact, in society. Yes. But unfortunately, those that can serve as a tool of correction,
even promotes,
all right, are the ones involved.
Yes.
Largely involved also now.
They are involved, and to some extent too, they also promote the issue of substance.
Yeah, because they believe that they get inspiration.
Yeah, they get inspiration from them. You remember the science students and some of this other thing that drive illicit drug. People want to make money at all cost. I think the government should take the word to the entertainment industry. He that is not guilty does not have to fear any accusation. You understand?
Maybe we say the government should write a love letter to them, not necessarily a war.
It doesn't matter. It could be a kind of carrot and stick approach. But what we are talking about is that we must deal with the issue of drug, whether in the entertainment industry, in the religious center, anywhere possible in the country, because people disguise to peddle substance in the country.
And that's as much as they are Nigerians, what is good for the sources?
What is source for the goods is source for the gang.
Yes.
All right. When we get back from this commercial break, we'll talk about the G5 governors and the integrity group. We'll be back.
When I finish downloading this show like this, I will go straight to Tayo's house to eat sweet jollof. Then enjoy this movie on YouTube. It's just that Tayo will now start disturbing me to turn on my Wi-Fi for him when he can easily enjoy data bonus with MTN for me. With MTN for me, you will get 100% data bonus and discounted data bundles just like that. What are you waiting for? Dial *121# to get started with MTN for me.
Ǹjẹ́ òun wá ọ̀nà láti máa ní àfikún owó lẹ́gbẹ̀ẹ́ kan lẹ́yìn tó bá ṣiṣẹ́ fún sáà díẹ̀ lójúmọ́? Ó yá darapọ̀ mọ́ àwọn aṣojú Jumia tá a mọ̀ sí J-Force Agent. Ìwọ ṣáà ti ran àwọn oníbàárà lọ́wọ́ láti ṣe ìbéèrè fún ọjà tí wọ́n fẹ́ rà. Kó o fi àwọn àkànṣe ètò tó bá wà nílẹ̀ tó wọn létí. Kó o sì máa gba owó lọ látara ìpín lórí gbogbo ọjà tí wọ́n bá rà. Nípasẹ̀ rẹ̀ ló bá tán. Lọ forúkọsílẹ̀ báyìí láti di aṣojú J-Force ti Jumia ní ibùdó ìgbà ọjà tó súnmọ́ ọ jùlọ. Tàbí kó o pè sórí 091-393-75347. Ẹ tún gbọ́ o 091-393-75347 láti bẹ̀rẹ̀. Jumia, ohun èlò ojoojúmọ́ rẹ lárọ̀ọ́wọ́tó rẹ.
Zenith Real Estate and Properties Limited ń ṣàjọ̀dún ọdún méjì. Gbẹ̀dẹ̀mukẹ́ promo la fi ṣe láti sìn títí di ìparí ọdún. Olóko ògbówó ní Treasure Land Estate Lálàbàtà Abẹ́òkúta 100,000 naira péré ni. Greenland Estate Lálàbàtà yìí kan náà 200,000 naira péré nìyẹn. Achievers Estate Nídò Ìbàdàn ó ti di 450 báyìí. Kings Park Estate ní Mọ́níyà 1 million naira péré ni. Bákan náà látúnilẹ̀ ní Rehoboth Park and Garden Lélẹ́kùrú Mọ́níyà Sun City Estate Alábàtà Mọ́níyà. Lásìkò àjọ̀dún ọdún méjì àti Ember promo yìí ẹ wá kọ́fà tó lé ńlẹ̀ ọgọ́rùn-ún blọ́ọ̀kù ń bẹ́ lẹ̀ sẹpẹ́ fún gbogbo ń bá tó bá ṣe tá àti kọ́lé. ẹ̀bùn ọdún ti kúnlẹ̀ falafala ráìsì ẹran òróró àti bẹ́ẹ̀ bẹ́ẹ̀ lọ. èrò bá mi ká lọ sí Zenith Real Estate and Properties Limited beside Aremu Block Industry opposite IITA Mọ́níyà Ìbàdàn tàbí second floor Osana House adjacent Mao filling station Ọlọ́run ṣògo road Abẹ́òkúta. 0901-697-4421 tàbí 081-3871-4860. Zenith Real Estate and Properties Limited. Asọ̀dún ayọ̀.
Ọlọ́run wòlíì Sàmúdú àlọ́ Àdámímọ́gò máa rìnrìn agbára bóyá ká lọ gbàre wá.
Ìsọjí ọjọ́ mẹ́sàn-án pẹ̀lú dedication Àdámímọ́gò Jesus City ló máa bẹ̀rẹ̀. Àdámímọ́gò Global Convention ọjọ́ ayọ̀ àti 2022. Àkòrí tí Ọlọ́run fún wòlíì rẹ̀. Prọfẹ̀sà Olúwalọ Àdámímọ́gò ìtúsílẹ̀ pátápátá. Látọjọ́ Friday 25th November di Sunday 4 December ní o. Iṣẹ́ agbára ọlọ́kọ̀ ìjọ kan máa ṣe pẹ̀lú ìpín Ọlọ́run lórí àwọn ìránṣẹ́. Àwọn olórí ẹ̀mí bí sí aláwìyé àlùkò. Bùkọ́lá Akí Adéṣẹ́wọlẹ́jẹ́. Esther Ìgbẹ́kẹ̀lé. Ìlàjà Kétódì Ọlọ́run Sábẹ́. Adéyínká Aláṣeyọrí. Pásítọ̀ S. Ọládélé CAC President Worldwide. Prọfẹ̀sà Olúwalọ Àdámímọ́gò. Wọ́n máa súre fún gbogbo èèyàn. Àǹfààní one-on-one counseling tó máa wà o. Ní Jesus City ti Àdámímọ́gò. Tó wà ní Ìbẹ̀jú Lẹ́kì Ẹ̀pẹ́ Expressway. Ìlàmìjà Village. Beside Alaro City Lega. Ẹ̀rí ọjọ́ ayọ̀. Àjọ máa sọ ni.
90 discount. On Jumia Black Friday, Friday. No go Japa because of Sakpa.
Beat Sakpa with Jumia Black Friday. From November 4th to the 30th, you can get access to all those products you've had your eyes on all year at prices that will leave some change in your pocket. You also don't have to pay for delivery fees on thousands of products when you order above 1,999 naira. T's and C's apply.
Sakpa one day was swallow, but I get it. Good quality,
Jumia, your everyday delivered.
Oto, ṣé mo ṣe dáadáa?
Ìyá mi ẹ ṣe dáadáa. Èmi náà fẹ́ di eléré orí ìtàgé bíi ti yín.
Ọmọ mi ní ẹ̀bùn ọpọlọ. Torí ẹ̀ ni mo ṣe máa ń tì lẹ́yìn nípa mímú lọ wo àpéjọ àwọn òṣèré.
Ọmọ yín gbìyànjú.
Mo máa ń ràn lọ́wọ́ lórí àkọwò rẹ̀.
Ẹ forí balẹ̀ fún ìdá mi.
Ò káre, Twisco ni mo máa ń fún un. Kára ẹ̀ lè jí pépé.
Máàmi, wọ́n ti mú mi fẹ́rẹ́ náà.
Àsìkò tèmi náà rèé láti fi yangàn fún àwọn ọmọ rẹ ní Twisco láti ṣe àtìlẹ́yìn èròǹgbà wọn. Twisco fún un lágbára láti mérò ọkàn rẹ̀ ṣẹ.
Risi, where's your sister?
She's in the bedroom.
Oh, yeah, call her for me.
Baraka, Mommy is calling you.
Hey, Risi, Joe, please buy me chill drink from Dogo.
Dogo, you there outside? Abeg, help us bring one chill drink, come.
Risi, sorry, Please check if it's your daddy that's at the door. You that your line had been blocked. How did you get the credit that you're using, Ke?
I linked my NIN to my MTN line and got 20K free airtime.
Yes, so link your NIN to your MTN line today and get 20,000 naira bonus airtime. Visit any MTN center near you to begin.
Mommy, where are you going?
MTN Experience Center, of course. You think it's only you that like good thing, eh?
Terms and conditions apply.
There's nothing like a one-man business. Take agriculture. One man clears the ground, plants the seed, and weeds the farm. Another man develops the best fertilizers to enable better yields. One harvests, while another packages to preserve. Business is all about finding the right partners. Visit www.stanbicibtcbank.com/Nigeria Bank/business for all the support you can get for your agricultural business. Go for growth with Stanbic IBTC. Stanbic IBTC. It can be.
Yay!
What? Is it money?
What I bought on Jumia is here.
Jumia, here? And where are you going?
To pick it up. Jumia is now in Dalupo with a pickup station close to you, located at Shop 4, Able God Plaza, Eleshingodogbo bus stop along Iwo Expressway at Dewumi, Ibadan, Oyo State. You can now shop for all your everyday needs at ease on Jumia and have it delivered to the pickup station for you to receive your order. You can also prepare online or when you collect your order at the pickup station and even place your order there. Shop now on Jumia. Jumia, your everyday delivered.
You're listening to 32 FM 94.9.
Welcome back from the commercial break. 32 FM 94.9. The 5 governors of the People's Democratic Party, dubbed as G5, say they are open to reconciliation on the crisis battling the party. Earlier, the cable reported that the allies of Yesop Wike, governor of Rivers, were meeting in Lagos to discuss issues on the crisis facing the PDP. PDP G5 governors form integrity group insist on Ayu's removal. To what end?
Yes, there's no end in sight. Of course, for now, that's the that's the agitation. I think it has to be meant. Let Ayu go, heaven will not fall. Some people are talking about justice, but they have not been able to address this. So, and if these 5 governors, they are coming up with integrity group with some other leaders of the party, if nothing is done to close the rank, this can spread doom for the PDP as far as the election is concerned. Because the truth of the matter is that even if the 5G governors come together, work for Atiku, there is no still tendency that PDP will be able to win this coming election, let alone this fragmentation. So I think Ayu should do the right thing. Atiku should do the right thing. I feel so strongly that there are some people within the party who are telling Atiku to cut the bluff of Wike, that they are just ranting. They can't really do anything. If you want to ensure that there is justice and form a government of national unity in the country, let there be justice in your party.
The lines
let
are
there
open.
be unity in your party first.
The lines are open now. 0705 5949, 0809 7949. And also, just about 2 days ago, you reviewed that it was the Oyo State Governor, Sheyi Makinde, that donated 100 million naira used to renovate the party's institute, PDI.
Yes.
You see the story? Oh, you saw the story?
Yes, I saw the story. If that is the case, what's it called? Wike have always laid this allegation that Ayu is fond of collecting money from the individuals, even governors within the party, which is also a form of corruption allegation.
Hello.
Good morning.
Good morning.
My name. I'm calling from Ibadan here. Concerning the issue of Wike and the G5 that you are talking about, to me, it can never make a forest. To my own personal opinion, these G5 governors, they are only fighting for themselves, not for the unity of the country. Because when you look at the history of this crisis, Wike contested as a presidential candidate and he lost. Let me tell you, whatever they want to do, there must be decorum. Now, when Wike when there was a flag off at the rivers, Autumn was saying that what they want is that they don't need president from the north. They want president from the south. We know that their grievances has already been exposed, has already been free. What they were saying is that they don't want to work for Atiku. Either the Ayu go or Ayu stay. That is their own opinion. And to me, it's not everybody that we can control. As I'm talking to you, I'm a member of PDP. I cannot say because he's not I love him and I get this into my presidential candidate. I can never do that in my life.
Thank you. Your point is made. Raja Fizabidemi wrote, good morning. And on the issue of G5 versus Atiku, the law of karma is what Atiku is facing now. The same way G5 with Atiku betrayed to Jonathan is the way G5 is betraying him. Politics in Nigeria is all about personal and selfish gain. No more, no less. Time will tell. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning, sir.
Good morning, comrade.
Yeah, this comrade later.
Right.
Yeah, just like what the last caller said. Let me ask. If Wike has been chosen as the vice presidential candidate, are you telling me we're having all this noise? And this same Wike was interested and was still fighting the vice presidential candidate after Okowa was picked. That's where the whole issue started from. And it was this same Wike that brought the current chairman and his other governors. This current chairman of PDP, not from Benue State, were they not interested? Why not that brought him? When they send this is who did they send away now? So it's just like what you said. It has nothing to do with Nigeria. Whether the APC is good or not, what's their business? What I mean is Nigeria will be peaceful. Whether PDP has their issue, it is APC has somebody from the north now as their chairman, and their candidate is from the southwest. Has that brought food to my table? We don't be so concerned. Let's go and do our voting. You are not interested in them. You have other several candidates. Good morning.
Thank you, comrade.
All right, thank you so much, listener. Thank you, Austin, for coming today.
Want to come more call? Yeah, okay, one more. Hello.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
So I'm actually calling from now.
All right.
So about the G5 governor and the PDP, from what you have read, that means it's still open for reconciliation. So that means a wonderful one. But are you and Wiki, you try to do the needful? Because coming on newspaper abusing each other cannot help them to solve this crisis. That's my own take. Thank you.
All right, my name is DELE ADEYANJU. Thank you for your time with us. The program returns tomorrow morning.
Austin, thank you for coming.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you, dear listener. I am OLUTAYO. OGUNADE. Good morning.